Hello, everybody. Today we are going to talk about 8 steps to effective networking. Hi, I'm Becca Goldsberry with Southwestern Consulting. So I have so many clients that say, Becca, I want more referrals. I want to be more effective in my networking. How do I do that? Well, I did a great presentation at the One Zone Chamber back in November up here on the north side of Indianapolis. And so, talking to this amazing group of women, we talked about there's really 8 steps to effective networking, getting tons of referrals, and making sure that every time we do a one to one or we do a referral partner meeting or we're going to a networking event, we're actually making it worth our time and their time. Okay. So, the first step is we want to make sure we're doing our homework. Are you stepping down, writing out everybody who's going to be there, Googling, going on LinkedIn, looking at people's websites? Are you doing your homework about who you are going to be meeting with or who's going to be attending this event? Step two is we're going to need to reach out to the event organizer, and we'll talk a little more about that. There's third step, we're going to need to research the attendance and invite list, and then we're going to attend with that give to get attitude, servant leadership, servant mindset. How can we serve others? How can we grow together? We're going to go with that give to get attitude. Step five, we're going to have a ton of fun in the meantime. Step six, we're going to build strong relationships, figuring out which people you're going to connect with best and build those relationships. Seven, we're going to make sure we set up some appointments and to build those relationships and to grow your business. And then step eight, we're going to make sure we need to follow up first after the event. So, step one, let's talk about doing your homework. That means, do you know who is your ideal client? Who are the people that you want to be referred to? Who's your best clients that you currently have in your practice or in your business? What type of people do you want to be introduced to? So, what you want to do is make sure you write down your ideal client to be able to hit those goals. So that way, when you are networking or you are meeting with people one to one, you can tell them exactly the type of person that would be a good introduction or referral to. Do you have an elevator speech or a wow how statement, whatever you want to call it? How do you tell people what you do? So there's a couple key components to a really good wow how statement. And so we need to make sure we start with the brief introduction, get their interest and get them started like, wow, okay, cool. I need to know more what you do. And the first way that we do that is we have to mirror match our prospect also with their volume and their speed of talk too. That's another key component of a good elevator speech. Because if we're talking like this and we're so excited, but everybody else is just really mellow like this, there's not going to be a whole lot of connecting on that piece. So, a great elevator speech needs to make sure the person is asking, all right, so what? Who cares? If they're saying that in their mind, that's not what we want. We want them to be saying, wow, okay, cool. How do you do that? That's what we want. What's your compelling hook? Are you warm and friendly and sincere and confident in what you do? Because if you are, that's going to build a lot of trust and rapport as well. Are you showing that you're passionate about what you do? That gets people excited about working with you as well. And then are we maintaining good eye contact when we're talking with people? Are we listening? Are we connecting? Are we telling stories and examples of how we're helping clients to support what you're saying? We also need to make sure we have a good USP. What is your unique selling proposition? Do you know your USP? If not, you're going to need to develop. What are the benefits of working with you? Here are just a couple things to think about when we're putting a wow how statement or an elevator speech is, are we solving their problems? Are we saving them money, saving them time, saving them energy, helping them make more money? What is our USP? And how we can help them and why do they need to connect with us? How are we increasing their customer base, or are we helping them increase their efficiency? Are we helping them to be less stressed? What are we doing? They need to know that in that wow how or elevator speech. And so there's four key components to a good elevator speech. So the first one is the rule of three. Second, there needs to be a power pause. There needs to be that wow how statement and then a call to action. Here's a good one that I use a lot for myself. Like if I'm at a BNI meeting and I'm just visiting, this is what I use a lot of times. Hi, I'm Becca Goldsberry with Southwestern Consulting. I help people increase their income, be less stressed by optimizing their time and helping people clarify their why, mission, goals, and passions. We give clients the tools they need in our one on one sales and leadership coaching programs to expand their skills, stay motivated, and achieve sustainable results. When's a good time to meet for coffee? So it had every single one of those four key components. And what is your call to action? Step two and three is when we're going to a networking event, and I have a referral partner of mine, Kirsten, on the north side of Indianapolis, and she went to that one zone chamber I was telling you guys about, and she does this all the time now. She goes, every time I go to an event, she goes, I literally reach out to the event organizer and I research the attendant list. And she goes, and I'm reaching out to people. She goes, I'm getting that list of everybody who's going to be there. If they are able to send it, I tell people, reach out to people on LinkedIn beforehand and say, hey, I hear you're going to be going to this event. I am too. I'm excited. I would love to say hello and introduce myself to you. So reach out to people after you get the list. Reach out to people on LinkedIn. Do a little homework. Make a list of people that you really want to meet and really want to introduce yourself to. And so here's the LinkedIn connection request example that I do often and that I did for that One Zone Chamber event. And it's amazing. From that event, I had lots of coffees with some amazing women just by reaching out and connecting. And when I got there, I had some warm faces and some great coffees and great referral partner meetings afterwards. So step four is we want to make sure we're going with the attitude of gratitude. We really want to make sure we're going in with a growth mindset. We're going in, we're saying our affirmations in the car. Maybe that morning we're journaling some gratitudes and special thanks. Are we listening to good, fun music on the way to the networking event? I typically find that if I'm listening to news, and I do need to keep up, sometimes we need to keep up with what's going on in social events. But if I'm listening to music and fun, upbeat, man, like there's just a whole different attitude change than just like listening to news, right? So, what are you listening to before you head to your networking event? Do you do devotions or need to meditate? If networking is stressful for you, do you need to meditate and relieve some stress? Do you need to visualize about the type of people that you want to meet? Or just grab a cup of coffee and get some caffeine in you. But whatever you need to do, make sure we're going in with an attitude of gratitude and an attitude of serving others and helping others grow their business as well. Also, we have to remember that we only get 7 seconds to make that first impression. And if we don't make that great impression the first time, man, it's hard to make a good impression after that. So just keep that in mind. Also, it's not just about what we say, but it's about our nonverbal cues, the eye contact, the body language. Are we cross or do we have a frown on our face? Or is our tone of voice just like this and we're just grumpy? Or are we just really timid and I'm okay. How are you today? Or are we full of confidence? Say, hi, I'm Becca Goldsberry with Southwestern Consulting. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm so excited to meet you today. Tell me what you do. Only 7% of our words matter. Everything else, nonverbal cues, tone of voice, people want to meet confident people. Also, in making good first impressions, there's certain things that, our moms and our grandmas all taught us, right? Eye contact, a good smile, dress for success. Like my grandmas would always say, make sure things are ironed and you look good, stand with good posture, talk with confidence, all those things. Now, step five, we got to have some fun. Everywhere I go, I love having fun because I get to meet amazing people through networking, and it's a joy and a privilege of what I do with my job. So go have fun when you're networking. Step six, making sure we build relationships. Yes. Are we building relationships? One way we want to do it is by using names. So when we do our homework, do you guys both know people like similar connections? When you're on LinkedIn, you can literally find out like, are you connected to a lot of the same people? And you can mention, hey, when I was on LinkedIn and sent that introduction to you, I saw that you know so and so, so and so. How do you know them? I golf with Mike. Really? Oh, man, Mike and I are next door neighbors. Simple conversations to get them talking. Have stories ready of people or companies that you might be connected to. And it's not name dropping. It's just really like, how can we build trust and rapport, and common people of interest is a great way to do that. So, why did we do our homework? Well, what we want to do and how I start a conversation. And a lot of people are like, okay, after a networking event, now what? How do I walk into that event with confidence? So, here are some really great ideas in starting a conversation at a networking event. Look for nonverbal cues. Start with a single person, start small. How do we eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So, find one person that you recognize from that LinkedIn or from the inviting list and start there and introduce yourself. Have great questions prepared in advance. Bring a buddy with you. Just don't be a wallflower. I love walking into a room, and if I see somebody with a really sharp suit or a really cool outfit or a talking piece, like a really cool pair of shoes, there's a ladies, you may know this, but there is Betsy Johnson has these really cool red sparkly shoes and their boots. Man, anytime somebody walks in with those red sparkly boots, instant conversation starter right there. So find something that you can have a little bit of fun with in a conversation. So step 7, making sure we set up appointments at the event if all possible. So, yes, we're going to be a little bit bold here, you guys, but we want to make sure we're scheduling a time to meet. If you connected well with them, say, I loved getting to know you. I would love to set a time for coffee. You got your phone on you. And of course, they're going to say yes, because who doesn't? Hey, looking at your schedule next week, what's a good day to meet? And so we're setting up a time. Pull out your calendars on your phone, asking them to connect, share contact information. If their assistant booked their appointments, get the name of their assistant, and then let them know that you're going to be reaching out, or your assistant will reach out to their assistant, right? And then make sure that we are following up graciously with them and being pleasantly persistent. Okay, step 8. Follow up first. Be the first person to say thank you. If you haven't connected with them on LinkedIn, send that request. Email them, call them, text them. I love to send a thank you card when I get a chance. Send them a thank you card. If you've got an address to their workplace, follow them on Instagram or their Facebook business page, add them to your email campaign, invite them to a fun network outing that's coming up that you're going to, invite them to a coffee, lunch, or grab some drinks. Refer them business. If you are like, oh, you definitely need to meet this person, refer them business. They're going to be a longtime fan of yours if you can refer them business right away. Be a connector within your community. Give to get. Servant. Thinking not just about yourself, but how you can help others grow. That will get you a long way. Hopefully, you guys found all these tips and tricks very helpful in ways to network, communicate, be really effective. So that way, when you meet one on one with other people, you can get a ton of referrals. And to learn how to get lots of referrals in a one-to-one situation when you're sitting down and meeting with people, look for my video that has unlimited referrals, LinkedIn hot list. Check that video out. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and hit the notifications button. Until next time, make it a fantastic day.